How's it going? I'm Jared Gillis. Welcome to another All About RVs. Today we're gonna dive into a little outside kitchen remodel on our RV. Make it a little more custom and fit for us. Our outside kitchen actually isn't that big, and it's probably gonna make me sound kind of lazy, the project that we're getting into, but my thought is anything you can do on the RV to make the items you want to use more readily usable, readily available, you don't have to go through multiple steps to use, is going to make you use that item more often. So we have our Blackstone Griddle, and it's not that hard to set up our outside table and to be able to set it up and be able to grill, but if I could have it in this outdoor kitchen, because I don't really plan to use the 2-burner stove that's in here or the fridge that was in here. So let me show you the kitchen real quick. So you can see at the outside kitchen, we have the cooking area here. It's a 2-burner cooking area. And then there was a place for a fridge, which we ditched the fridge pretty quick and we just used it for more storage stuff. So we're not really planning to use that a lot. But what I'd like to cook outside with the most is the Blackstone Griddle. So being able to have that in this place where I can just open up this bay, slide it out, and be able to start cooking would be amazing. I mean, setting up the small table that we had before really wasn't that big of a deal, but being able to have it this much more readily available, we're probably going to use it more. Then this is the other part that's going to make it really convenient. Having this quick disconnect for the propane and having a shut off right there is going to be amazing. So this is something that I got for Christmas this year. This is the hose that is made for the Blackstone. I'll put a link down in the description to it. But there's different types, but this one has the quick disconnect, so I can connect directly into the RV, and then it directly connects to the Blackstone. So normally when you get a hose that you can connect to a larger tank, it has the adapter that goes into this. We don't want to use that here because the RV already has a pressure regulator, and then we would have 2 pressure regulators on it if we used this with an adapter to it. So getting rid of this and connecting directly into the RV, I don't have to move propane bottles anymore. I don't have to use those little canisters anymore or try and refill those. It's just going to be that much easier to be able to connect directly into the RV. It's really going to be convenient. So let's get started. Let's remove the old cooktop and let's pull that shelf out. This is a little trick that instead of using a mirror, you can use your camera, the front-facing camera, and where I need to be able to connect in and be able to pull a screw out, I'm able to use my phone to make sure I'm lined up to be able to pull that screw out so I can move the shelf up. I'm also going to attach the slides directly to the Blackstone to be able to mount it inside. In the middle of this project, I just got really excited because I'm going to be switching this up just a little bit. So we have the Blackstone mounted in here. You can slide it in, you can slide it out. And I was getting ready to put that shelf in there to mount it in there, but then I realized if I don't put that shelf on there, I have room to put the lid. They make a cover for the Blackstone for being able to cover when you're actually cooking, hold in some of that heat. So that's going to be super exciting. And not putting that shelf in, I can now hang all of my barbecuing utensils on the side there. And I'm gonna have room to be able to hang paper towels in here, have them readily available so I can get things cleaned up. It's just gonna be a whole lot more function to this space. Now, when I put the hardware onto the side of the Blackstone here, I actually put a little bit of space in there with some washers. That way it's gonna hold it away from it. It's just not direct contact all the way across metal to metal, just to give a little separation for that heat that's gonna build up in there. But it should work out great. I've been seeing these in the RVs. They've been putting them in. Suburban has a unit like this, very similar. And so we're kind of following that same idea and mounting it in here that way. Okay, flash forward to the next day after cooking on this for the first time, and it was fantastic. But a couple of changes I'm going to make. I'm going to add these guards around so that any of that splatter or grease or anything's not ending up on the RV, and it's helping contain some of that. So that's going to be super easy to do. And then the other thing is, since it's on these glides and when you're cooking on it or you're going to clean it, it wants to close. So I'm going to use, I don't need anything extremely strong, but I'm going to use the magnets that held this drawer in closed, because it actually kind of locks into that position. I'm going to use those magnets to hold it in the open position. So it's just easy, kind of clicks into place, and then you can use it. You don't have to worry about it trying to close as you're cooking on it. But those two additions are going to be fantastic. Now, I also wanted to keep an eye on it and just make sure there was no excessive heat transfer from cooking to anything on the RV. So all that checked out fantastic. So with those couple of changes, I think this is going to work out really well for us. So we're probably going to be using it a lot more and cooking outside more than we have in the past. So I think that's gonna do it for today. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos about RVing and things that we do to our RV and the projects that we do, hit that subscribe button. And if we don't see you on the road, hopefully we will see you next video.